Hey everybody, what's up? This is Fatty here again with Wade. It's been a busy week for us. We've been spending most of it moving into a new location, doing a lot of research on an upcoming topic, the Lost Colony of Roanoke. That's going to be really exciting, a lot of fun. We didn't want to release no content this week, so we kind of had to cut our time, pick our battles here and there, but this is what we got. It was fun. Hope you enjoy. We'll catch you soon.
What the fuck is up, guys? Wade back with another episode of Topic Sauce, and with me, as always, is the one and only Fatty. What's going on, man?
Just chilling, buddy. Just hanging out.
Right on. So, we left you guys last week with a couple ideas, or I guess not an idea, but kind of at the end of fucking flies. All right, so we left you guys with a few, I guess, with a fucking Jesus. Okay, let's start.
Guys, we have got a demon fly in the garage with us tonight.
Yeah,
and it's not even like there's 3, 4, 5 of them. It's one specific motherfucking fly that we cannot kill and will not leave us alone.
And that's why it keeps fucking up what I'm saying. Every time I go to talk, it lands back in my hair and I'm trying to swipe it away.
Your hair.
Well,
don't fucking lie to the people, Wade.
It fucking landed on top of my head. What is there to
You
lie
don't
about?
you don't have hair.
I have a very light trim of fluff.
All right.
So,
all right, so what are we getting into today, bud? You're the one with the topics today.
I have a few topics that I'd like to cover today, and one of them that I'd like to cover is, Fatty, if you could pick any superpower in the world that you could have, I want to hear two. I want to hear any superpower in general, and then any lame superpower that you could have, and why would you have them?
Okay. All right. Okay, well, for the lame superpower, because for some reason that hits me faster, I would like to be able to be full anytime I wanted to be full.
Never hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think I'd like that because I enjoy it.
No, but I love to eat. Don't get me wrong. But I just want to, if I'm busy doing something, I don't want to have to take the time.
Take the time to eat.
Yeah, just be I can just, done, full belly.
I like taking the time. I like the taste of food.
I mean, I still would.
Yeah?
I still would, but it just having the option, fuck yeah, bud.
Yeah?
Or it's never being able to sleep. I love a good nap, but if I didn't need to sleep, that would be fucking awesome.
See, I only sleep a couple hours a night, but whenever I'm sleeping, I would not want to be up 24 hours a day because the days would just
clearly even
drag on forever.
So you wouldn't like to be. Say again. Start from your thought again.
I wouldn't. I don't think I would want to have the ability of the cat is fucking everything up
off the wall.
I wouldn't so we have a demon fly and a crazy cat. I would not want to have the ability to stay awake 24/7 because the days are already so they're not so long, but I just staying up for 24 hours and then 48 hours and fuck that. Sleeping makes time go by so fast.
So what would your lame superpower be?
If I could pick a lame superpower, I would say, I would like to have my car never be under a half a tank of gas.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
As soon as I jump in my car, I'd be, oh shit, my gas tank is empty. And then I go to open up my gas tank, but I magically don't need gas anymore. Or so I don't know how that would work.
As soon as no, man, just be automatic. As soon as it hits that halfway mark, it's just refilled.
It just automatically stays there.
Refilled.
It was refolded. Yeah, I think that would be it. And that would just be a huge money saver too.
Oh yeah, totally.
Because I think I would put, actually, if I could use that superpower, maybe if I would have it on any vehicle I sat in, but it would only be in the time while I'm sitting in it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because then I would just never have to worry about paying
for yours.
Yeah,
it's just
it could be my
it's
vehicle.
Your power,
exactly.
Your aura.
It could be my vehicle. It could be as long as I'm sitting, and I don't have to worry about paying for gas, and that's a huge money saver.
Totally, man. You ever fucking living the bohemian lifestyle and have to carjack somebody? It's whatever. I don't even need to worry about this.
Rob a bank and then you have to drive away. You don't have to stop for gas. You just drive.
You just fucking keep going
forever. So what about a big superpower?
I don't know. I mean, the obvious ones come to mind. Laser eyes, super strength, flying, that kind of shit. But
if you could only pick one.
Fuck. I honestly, man, holy fuck, dude. A big superpower.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, something. Something paladin-y. Something maybe able to, like, with healing abilities. That would be pretty cool.
So what about, what if you were able to have, you could pick a superpower that could be anything, like you could turn invisible, or you could have X-ray vision, or laser eyes, or whatever, or you could pick superhero, and you could have their powers, because every superhero is recognized.
I don't know all that many superheroes. I mean, like, I know the fucking mainstream movie Marvel ones, but
well, that's basically all I know. Like, I don't know. I know.
I think I would take some sort of healing ability for a big superpower.
So like a Wolverine type thing from X-Men.
No, I was thinking more so like World of Warcraft healer terms, like party healing.
Well, okay, so you could heal everybody instead of just yourself.
Yeah.
So like a priest.
Well, if you're going to do a big one, why not do a big one?
True. So now, I think, so now what do you know for superheroes? Like, just the mainstreams. I think that's basically the ones I know. I know the ones from Marvel.
I mean, I have a comic book collection. I have a pretty good graphic novel collection, but it's all Batman. It's all fucking Batman.
Yeah, Batman's not.
There's nothing else there.
Batman's not a superhero, though.
No, he's a detective.
Yeah, he's fucking super smart, super rich detective.
It's fucking awesome. He's a detective that gets results.
Yeah, I think if I could pick any superpower, just for one of them, it would be so hard. But I think telekinesis, or
that'd be cool. That'd be fun to play with.
Using your mind, because if you pick that one power you would be able to use for 100 different things. You could pick yourself up and make yourself fly.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean? And
totally.
then you could just use it for just manipulating anything with your mind. And I think,
what would that be like, though? Like, if you had the ability of telekinesis, would that be like a muscle? Like your biceps strains to lift X amount of weight? Would your brain strain to be able to do?
I think. Have you ever seen the movie Covenant?
Maybe.
I think that's the movie. Anyways, I watched it a couple times, and it's basically these people, these teenagers, and they find like this space rock of some sort, like down in this hole, and it blasts them. And then when they wake up, they're all knocked unconscious, and they all have this this brain power, like this telekinesis, and like it starts off at like super weak. They can only pick up like a pencil or a rock, but because they strain their brain, it gets stronger and stronger, and it gets to the point where they can actually pick themselves up, and they can move themselves through the city and fly. See. And then it gets so strong to the point where they could just like throw, tractor trailers.
Oh, the fucking! You're thinking of Chronicle.
Is that
Chronicle? The found footage film. Well, the three young guys.
Yeah, and Okay. Yeah. That was. Are you sure it's Chronicle? I think it's Covenant.
No, it's Chronicle.
Okay.
Covenant's a different movie about witches.
Oh, okay, God. Anyways, that was a good movie. I'm the guy there. He's like, I'm Alpha and Omega, and he's fucking sick with the hospital gown, and he just fucks everything up.
I've never seen it.
Well, how the fuck do you know the name then?
I don't know, man. I know it.
Yeah, I think you're wrong.
No, I'm not. We'll look it up.
All right. So I think that would be one. But if I could pick just like a superhero in general, it would be Spider-Man. Just
because like what, you have like a boyhood idealization for him.
I just being able to swing around and shit, and like my son's the same way. His favorite superhero is Spider-Man, and that wasn't something I brought on to him. That was just something he came up with on his own.
That's pretty cool.
He runs around pretending he's Spider-Man.
I think every little boy's favorite superhero is Spider-Man. Because I was the same way when I was
Batman
4.
is a lot of them, I find. Yeah. Batman, Superman. I don't think so much as Superman because he's more older, right? Like he's not. He was a lot more motherfucker. It is Chronicle. I don't know. Spider-Man is just fucking, to me, man. He's just cool. Just being able to swing through the city, because like, you ever go on those old rope trees? You swing off and you into the river or whatever.
Totally.
And just like that feeling of the butterfly in your stomach. That I fucking love that feeling.
Batman's grappling hook, dude.
Yeah, but fuck that though, because you can't.
The Batwing.
You can't. No, the Batwing's a plane. Go on a plane. You're in the fucking Batwing. You're flying around.
No, it's like a jet. First of all.
Well, yeah, go in.
Well, what about like the reverse parachuting that he does in like The Dark Knight? That was a fucking great scene.
Listen, you be Batman. I'll be Spider-Man.
Fine, but they don't like each other. Batman would think Spider-Man's a goddamn pussy.
Yeah, that's all right.
All right, man. So I was thinking about some of the stuff we've talked about over the last couple of weeks, and I think it might have been, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago now, we talked about some near-death stuff.
Yeah.
About that?
Yeah, no, I was thinking a lot about the near-death thing.
Yeah.
You go ahead. I'll interject.
All right, sure.
Go ahead.
So I've been kind of mulling it over, like off and on, for the last couple of weeks. Haven't really given it a whole lot of thought, but like today I was hanging out with my dog, and this might seem a little, I don't know, whatever to some, but I was hanging out with my dog, and I was thinking, I've been really fortunate to not experience like a great loss in my life. Like all of my family members are still alive and healthy and relatively happy. No one's got cancer. No one's got any other sort of terrible illness. There's never been some horrible random act of violence befall any of us. Like honestly, it's been a lot of really good fortune.
Yeah, man, you're so lucky.
Dude, I realize I am. Like I've never really had to confront grief.
I remember whenever I was at that point where I said, I don't know how I'm going to be able to deal with grief or like the loss of like a loved one. And I unfortunate as it is, I've had to deal with that through a couple cousins and a couple uncles and a couple pets. And I don't want to say that, losing a pet to an uncle or to any family member is different or by any means, because it's not. It's weird, to me personally, like it's weird to compare an animal to a human, but at the end of the day, when you have an animal in your family for so long, they're family regardless. So losing family is losing family. And I remember when I lost my first dog, I guess the only dog that I've ever had to actually go through a loss was Gizmo. We had her for 13 years, and then we had to put her down. She had internal bleeding and cancer and whatnot in her ovaries. I'm not sure the exact diagnosis of her, but I know that she was at the brink of suffering. So when we had to put her down, it was like that was the first point of my life when I had to actually go through some grief and some suffering, and it was the hardest shit I've ever had to go through. And I remember whenever I lost both my uncles, and that was so traumatic because I lost one, and then within weeks or maybe a month, I'm sorry, I don't remember the exact time frame, but I lost the other one shortly after that. And you weren't even done grieving over the first one before you started to have to grieve for the second one. So it was like a double dose of like fucking fuck. And it's not. I'm not trying to make light of it or make a joke of death by any means, but it's
no, but laughing helps.
Well, and it's sort of like like a tragedy plus time equals comedy in a sense. And I'm not trying to make comedy of my uncles or any family members being dead, because that's not what I want. I guess what I'm trying to make light of is the fact that like of how fortunate you are, almost fortunate but unfortunate in a sense where you're 27, I think.
Yeah, and it's eventually gonna hit me, right? And I'm not prepared to deal with it.
That's it. You're fortunate enough to not have to deal with that grief, but you're unfortunate enough to know that it's a possible grievance.
That's not possible. It's unless I die first, I'm going to experience this at some point.
That's what I mean. And there's no way to prepare yourself for it. It's an unpreparable. There's nothing that you can do to prepare yourself for this event. It's not like a test. It's not like some sort of thing that you can. Regardless of how you think, because I'm sure you've done the same thing I've done, where you thought if and sorry to interrupt you, but
you didn't.
If you've probably thought these things like whenever Sawyer, I think. Mm-hmm. So when my dog passes away, you try to almost put yourself in that picture to be like, this is how I'm going to feel.
Yeah, very much.
And I've done that with Gizmo, and Gizmo was the first one I've done it with. The other deaths in my family were a surprise, but Gizmo, she was very old, so I knew that it was coming soon. So I tried to put myself in that mindset, and regardless of how much I tried, you can't put yourself in the proper mindset. There's no preparation for it. But I don't mean to get you down or try to make it sound worse.
No, this is kind of what I was realizing myself, right? Like I was doing exactly what you're describing. I was putting myself in the scenario of if and when I have to deal with this kind of loss, this specific loss.
Yes.
And I really got me down. You know what I mean? And like while